trigger warning for anyone who has had a miscarriage. This, you may not, if you're triggered by someone talking about their experience, you may not want to listen to this. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Takaija. Thank you for tuning in. If you're new here, welcome. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and join the crew and hit that notification bell. If you're returning, thank y'all. Y'all have again been showing mad love. Make sure you go check out my latest vlogs in Puerto Rico. We're gonna get back to our regularly scheduled programming, and I'm really excited because I have a few video topics that have been on my mind, so I'm probably just going to try to film a couple, like one a day, and then release them when my heart desires. I don't have a release schedule. I just release when I feel like it. This video, if you've seen the title, is all about my dreams, and if this is like a look into what to expect for the future. So let's get into it. I've been having really vivid dreams lately, and usually when I have vivid dreams, some parts of those dreams play out in real life, and it scares the hell out of me. I don't claim to be a clairvoyant. I don't claim to be a psychic. I don't claim to have the answers to the future. But what I will say is, I think my energy is so powerful. I'm tooting my own horn. But I do feel like my energy is powerful, that in the sense that whatever I dream or think of, it ends up coming to me. I'm attracting it, if that makes sense. So I'm not gonna try to get into all the spiritual connectedness of energy and stuff like that. I have had several dreams related to pregnancy, and I'm trying to decode what this means for my life. It's an update on my trying to conceive journey. I am not trying like tracking ovulation. I'm not, you know, doing the live pregnancy test until my period's late, if it's late in the future. I'm just kind of going with the flow because, as stated in another video, me and my husband were just going through some transition times. We just hit our 2-year anniversary and we were in Puerto Rico to celebrate, but we still have a lot that we're trying to figure out for our life and for our marriage, and you know, we're just trying to sort our stuff out before we bring a life into the world, and we're just trying to figure out what that's gonna look like. So with the trying to conceive, I'm not necessarily trying, we're just going to let whatever happen. So that's where I'm at with trying to conceive, and I may do another video later to kind of go into more detail about what's going on with my marriage. But you guys, I had the most vivid and like physically, I could feel my dream. And I've had dreams where I can feel things happening to me, like someone may grab me in my dream and I feel it in real life. But this was so disturbing to me because I had a miscarriage, and at this point I've had 3 miscarriages. One is considered a chemical pregnancy, so it was kind of like I just had my normal period. But the 2 miscarriages before, I had to take misoprostol, which is a medicine that helps you contract so you can expel anything out of your uterus. And when I've had those 2 previous miscarriages, it hurts. The cramps were unbearable. I was on Percocet and ibuprofen, like 800 milligrams, because of the pain. And you can feel the fetal tissue and the yolk, or the sac, the gestational sac, coming out of you. If you've ever had a period where you kind of have those chunks coming out, I know this is TMI. That's what I physically felt in my dream, but it was the fetus. And it scared me because it felt so real, to the point where I woke up. I wasn't touching my body parts, but I had my hands in my thighs, and I was squeezing my hands between my thighs when I woke up, almost like I was trying to catch whatever was falling out of me from the dream. And I woke up in a sweat, and I was scared. And while I'm not trying to conceive, I do understand that having sex without protection can lead to a pregnancy. I'm trying to figure out, am I still grieving those miscarriages? I am not an emotional person. I'm not really in tune with my emotions like that. I think I am emotional, but I just don't show it, or I'm really good at shutting off anything that hurts. So, you know, I had those miscarriages and I feel like, oh, I grieved. I took 2 weeks off of work. I cried, I cramped, I hurt, I'm done. And to me, I felt like I was healed because I can be around babies. I feel like I healed because I can talk about my miscarriages without crying or getting upset. But I don't think that I have fully grieved, and I don't think I'm ever going to fully grieve those losses. It kind of scares me because it means I'm always going to be attached to these emotions, and I don't necessarily want to be. I know that sounds really bad, but they were both traumatic experiences for me. Like, I cannot explain enough how much it hurt physically, mentally, spiritually to have a miscarriage, you guys. Yes, they were early on, but still, to feel the implantation, to feel your uterus contracting and expanding, to feel sore breasts, to, you know, see your body changing in just that short amount of time, you get connected to something that doesn't even have a face yet. So when you're seeing, and then when you're having a miscarriage, it's not like a little bit of blood. It's a lot of stuff coming out of you. And I just thought that because the physical part was over, that I was completely healed, and I have grieved the loss of my 2 angel babies, and that was that. I think I've come to the conclusion that I still have so much more grieving to do, and I'm never gonna get over these miscarriages. But also, I still hold a lot of shame, guilt, and fear around those miscarriages, y'all. Like, I talk about it pretty openly about, you know, miscarriages not being my fault, or the miscarriages not being my fault, and you know, I'm forgiving myself because of them. Like, I blame myself for a long time, but I still blame myself. I'm saying one thing, but I'm believing something else. And I talked to an intuit recently, and she said, you're holding on to a lot of ideals that aren't true about yourself. And it's crazy because my mind immediately went to the miscarriages, and I feel like I'm holding on to them being my fault. It's like, okay, I was taking too much pre-workout beforehand, I wasn't on prenatal pills, or, you know, I'm too fat. Like, that's always my go-to. I'm too big, my hormones aren't like together, and I'm always finding a reason to make those losses my fault. And I don't know if that's ever gonna stop. I'm doing this video because I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts, or just some words of encouragement, because it scared the hell out of me that I'm still holding on to this. And again, I think it's because, one, I'm not really a fan of emotions, but 2, I'm afraid to ever get pregnant again. Like, if we begin to start trying again, that means I have to possibly, like, a miscarriage may happen. Like, it may happen with any pregnancy, and I don't want to go through that. The only way to guarantee a miscarriage of never happening is not getting pregnant. And getting pregnant scares the shit out of me because I don't want to go through that pain again. I don't want to take off 3 or 4 weeks of work. I don't want to heal. I just don't want to do it. And I don't know if that dream was like a glimpse into like the near future. I don't know if that dream was me getting closure. It's just scary, you guys, and I just don't want to deal with it anymore. I don't want to deal with that anymore. I don't want to deal with like these emotions being in the back of my mind. I'd rather them come to the front, and I let them out, and I release, and I keep going about my life. And I understand that there's no one way of grieving, and there's no one way of, you know, dealing with miscarriages. We all deal with them in our own personal way. But it's just scary, you guys. And I know this video is all over the place. I have so many thoughts. I didn't write anything down. I just wanted to get my raw emotions and my raw like reaction to that dream. It was intense, in my opinion, and I didn't expect to feel how I felt. I just wanted to get that out. I don't know if that means I'm gonna get pregnant soon. I'm truly not trying because I'm going through a lot as far as my career and, you know, my dreams and aspirations. Like, I'm living my life right now, and I don't know, it's scary. If you have any words of encouragement, if you've had miscarriages before and just, you know, you're still grieving, or you feel like you've healed and you can pass on some words of encouragement, please feel free to give me some. I just didn't think I'd still be dealing with this. And I had a miscarriage. Like the 2 big ones were December, January, and April. So in my mind, I'm like, yeah, I should be past this. And I kind of feel stupid for not being past it. Like, I don't know. I don't want to sound insensitive, but that's just how I feel about myself. And maybe because it's the way I grew up, I feel like I always have to get past stuff and go to the next thing because life. If you guys could just give me some words of encouragement. I have been having intense baby fever lately. That could be it as well. Like, I don't know, you guys. I just don't know what's going on with me. I don't want to leave this video unresolved, so I just want to let you know that I'm so grateful for this community. I thank you all for people who have stayed subscribed to my channel. I have lost a bunch of subscribers in the last month because I think people have noticed my content has been kind of changing. So I appreciate those of you who are sticking around because I assume that you're interested in me as a person versus one aspect of my life. And you know, I like talking about sex, money, traveling, marriage, everything. So I appreciate all of you who have stuck around. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you have some words of encouragement, please drop them below or hit me up on Instagram. I really love this community. You guys have been so helpful. And I just hope that my anxiety calms down. But with all that said, I love you guys so much. I hope you have a wonderful day. And if you are in your trying to conceive journey,
baby, that's to you all.
All right, have a good one. Bye.